What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with another Cure Thursday. Indeed, thank you to everyone for the patience last week. Obviously, we didn't do a Cure reaction, or I didn't do any reactions for several days because I was quite ill. I am just about fully back to health. I certainly feel regular again. I think maybe my voice, you can still hear it a tiny bit, but I'm feeling good, so we are back to the Cure Thursday. We continue to go through Wish 1992. Thank you again to Phil, as well as all those following along. And the next track on the playlist is Apart, and at this point I just have to observe 3 for 3 single word titles so far when it comes to the songs on the album, and the album title, Wish, is also a single word. Now, there was a reference, to the first track, Open, maybe relating to the manner of guitar playing, so that could be coincidental. But after now 3 opening tracks with single word titles, and with the album title itself also being a single word, it feels like this was deliberate and conscious. The idea of rendering meaning in as concise a manner as possible. And single word titles, again, they're difficult to get a read on for me, speculating about the potential meaning in advance, but they also have this quality of bearing a lot of meaning but being opaque because there's no additional context. So they are more open for interpretation. They are poetic in that sense. So I feel like this must have been a deliberate approach. I haven't looked at all the other track titles in the album yet, so I don't know if this remains consistent to the end, but it is a noticeable, observable feature of the opening of the album that each track so far has just been a single word title. In any case, Apart, separated from something, disconnected, and fragmented, so in that regard, it feels perfectly set up for emotional meaning, for psycho-emotional feeling, and in that regard, it seems like it would be very much in Robert's wheelhouse when it comes to themes and lyrics and emotive singing. Nevertheless, I will try to follow what I can. Let's hear it. This is The Cure. The song is Apart, and it's from their 1992 album, Wish.
waits to hear her say forget, but she just hangs her head and prays to hear him say no more. I'll never leave again. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. It's for her to understand, but she won't understand at all. She waits all night for him to call, but he won't call. He waits to hear her say forget, but she just drops her black eyes and prays to hear him say I love you, but he tells no more lies. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever. How did we get this far apart? We used to be so close together. How did we get this far apart? I thought this love would last forever.
Damn. It absolutely was the type of song that is so fitting to the often melancholic songwriting stylings of Mr. Smith. And yeah, that one's especially painful. I mean, a couple lines in particular. The line about, she's waiting for him to say I love you, but he's not gonna lie anymore. I forget the exact phrasing. But while that line was especially painful, it's like the whole song, it's characterized by a relationship that there's been a fissure, they've split apart, and now it's like both of their expectations, they're like waiting for the other person to do something that might show the feeling or reinvigorate things, but they both end up waiting in vain or with a futile disposition because neither one of them will do the thing that might convince the other that maybe there's something still here. And so again, it's like he won't say I love you because he doesn't want to lie anymore. She's waiting for him to call, but he's not going to do it. He's waiting for her to say like that there's forgiveness, but that's not forthcoming. And so they just keep like there's an impenetrable barrier between them, and it's like they're getting farther and farther apart, even though I think on some level both of them would like to salvage things. So there's a lack of control or an inability to steer things in a way that either of them might want. And so, like, the narrator is saying, like, he and she, as if he's like a third party observer. And even when he says, like, she's waiting for him to say, I love you, like, he uses the personal pronoun I, and yet it's still like, oh, that's like in the voice of the guy. But then suddenly it goes into this refrain of, how do we get so far apart? And, like suddenly the idea of like, I thought this love would last forever. It's like he unconsciously switches into first person, and it's like, oh, maybe he's like distancing himself from his feelings by referring to the he in the third person, but it is actually him. And so this idea of them, their love has been severed even though he thought it would last forever. It's like he almost unwittingly reveals the identity of the he. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is still like a third party observation. But yeah, it feels like in that moment suddenly he's not speaking in the voice of another person. It's like he's unwittingly revealing that the person is in fact him. But yes, either way, it sounds like maybe there was a transgression, or like he was the one to cause the initial separation, but now them being apart is a product of both of their statements, actions, and things they're not saying, and inactions. And because of that, it's like ever widening, and this, vision that he had it's been shattered by the reality of the situation. So yeah, it's a painful tune. Sonically, I feel like it is a bit less different than I expected, given what people had said about this album, meaning that kind of heavy cycling, depressive type of sound that has characterized a number of Cure tunes on previous albums. I think that's largely what's happening here, and there is, I think, a mixture of keyboard sounds, more subtle, but those kind of heavy cycling guitars and bass, I feel, is very much in their wheelhouse, their center lane. So yeah, it is a bit more continuity than maybe I thought, and it's another one where there's a bit of an intro, not by any means the longest intro before we hear Robert, but still it was a bit of a build up, and then Robert comes in. His emotional singing, again, it's like he conveys pain and sadness in his vocal delivery, and obviously not on every song. There's some where he had more quirky or eccentric delivery, and then they have some songs that are kind of light and brighter, and his vocals have fit that in those occasions. But there's been a lot of tunes where it's like you just feel him sad in the way he's singing, and it's like, I feel like I'm seeing him bare his soul just in his vocal delivery before you even get to the actual lyrics. It's like, man, someone go give Robert a hug, because I feel really sad when I hear him sing. And this is another example of that. So yeah, it's another really cool tune, an emotionally heavy tune, and one that I think is well written in that, again, it sounds like they both want something, but they both can't quite do the thing that would maybe draw them closer again together. So yeah, a really well crafted tune. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.